You better watch out if your enemies are road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he goes me. And he gets caught real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, that's the blood and gold. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really listen until they feel it for their part in. You start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life.
Please do not let that story go.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is that. I mean, there's.
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
This isn't about Epstein or 9/11 or JFK or RFK. It is, but it isn't. It's about a bigger thing. If you're lying about that, you're lying about everything. Who's on the Epstein tapes, folks? Who's on those tapes? Who's in those black books? Why have they been hiding it?
And this is something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Everything's going to come out to the public. The public has a right to know. Americans have a right to know.
Wow, I agree with Pam Bondi for once.
Right? I like using their own words against them. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Dirt State. Just a heads up, I am having internet problems. Comcast in my area decided to be assholes and have intermittent service issues
Capitalism is so great, though, Jared.
Yeah, I love paying all that money to Comcast
Always
for the
good.
fastest internet possible just to have connection issues. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We got a great episode lined up for you today. Of course, we're going to talk about the Epstein files because they are not going away. They are not going away. It is literally tearing MAGA apart. And we talked about this before the show. This is the moment. Like, if you guys don't back away now, this is your last chance to bail. We already think you're Nazis, but if you guys continue to support the Republican Party after this, we are going to look at you as the people that support and protect child predators, because that is what's happening right here. The GOP is trying to bury this story. They're trying to make it go away because they think MAGA is dumb, which they are. And normally something like this, it seems like with Donald Trump, like even when he got shot a couple weeks later, everybody was just acting like it's normal and everything. You know what I mean? Like, he still doesn't have a scar. We've still not seen medical records. Yeah. So MAGA typically has a very short memory, but this one seems to be one that is not going away, which is great, We don't care who's on the list. We want everybody that's on the list. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle, because it's not about politics. This is about these people doing really disgusting things with children and most likely have been videotaped doing it. That is why they're not releasing it. That is why Donald Trump is not releasing it, because most likely there are video and audio of him and pictures of him doing really disgusting things to underage girls. It's just, you need to accept it. America needs to accept that, okay? You've preached for 10 years, MAGA. We're the party of protecting children. Well, now's your last chance, because so far you've been all talk and never stand on business. You guys are professional goalpost movers. Everything Donald Trump does, you guys find a way to justify it. Well, this is something that you're just not going to be able to justify, and I hope you know how we're going to look at you after this. We're going to look at you with a complete, I mean, we're going to harass you
like
for being
yucky face.
Right. We're going to harass you for being Nazis for the rest of your lives, because that's what this is. I have more proof of that. I have a picture or a video of I made a montage of all these leaders like Tom Homan and Donald Trump and Elon Musk doing Nazi salutes. So in case anybody's wondering what this is, I made a little video for you guys just to kind of further nail home the point here. But also, Donald Trump wasted more taxpayer money going to the Club World Cup, where he kept the trophy. Donald Trump kept the Club World Cup trophy for himself and is now going to send a replica to the team that won, which is insane. It's like Donald Trump when he wins Club World Championships at his golf resorts when he's not even there during the tournament, but somehow magically wins tournaments all the time. You know what I mean? Same thing. Now he thinks because they played soccer in America, he deserves to keep the trophy for himself. This is insane.
Which is, and again, as much as they piss and moan about like participation soccer, oh, you can't play soccer, it's a wussy sport, they get participation trophies. Trump literally stole a participation trophy.
He really
that
did,
is the team's trophy. Bro stole it, and he's gonna
Yeah.
hang it on his shelf up to his fake ass picture of next to the Time magazine picture. You know.
Yep. And we are also going to talk about Turning Point USA, which is basically, it's just a Nazi rally. Okay. It's just a Nazi rally that these people go to. They throw up Nazi salutes, which Tom Homan did. He's the most recent one to do it out in public. They're just doing it out in the open. Okay. I'm sick of people going, it's just a wave. Okay. So they're all doing the exact same wave. Right.
What the
they all
fuck?
just happen to be doing the exact same wave with the exact same hand over and over again. Like, I'm sick of people trying to justify what this is. This is Nazism. This is straightforward. That's what it is. People need to call it what it is. I'm tired of people pussyfooting around and being like, oh, I don't know what it's fascism. He's a dictator. No, this is worse. This is worse. This is straight up modeled after Adolf Hitler's movement in World War II. This is modeled after the Third Reich without a shadow of a doubt anymore. Okay. We've been calling it out on the show for almost 2 years now. Other people are starting to call it out, but nobody's really going for the throat here on this one. So we're going to talk about that because, this is normally a very Trump favored event. But this time, the talk of Epstein continues to come up. And the people, Donald Trump supporters, are very, very unhappy with how these files have been handled. So, all right, let's get into this. Before we get into some of this stuff here, I want to show you a video of DHS Barbie Kristi Noem. She is announcing something huge that Donald Trump is doing because he wants to make life better for the American people, and you'll never guess what it is. You no longer have to wear shoes, or you no longer have to take your shoes off when you go through TSA. That's what they're announcing. That's the big announcement. And I don't know why they needed to do this on television. You could have done this with a tweet. But here's Kristi Noem.
Very exciting news to announce that today we have started a new no shoes policy with the Department, the Transportation Security Administration. TSA will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes when they go through our security checkpoints. This is something that I know for quite some time people have talked about and discussed, and we know that when President Trump was elected that he pledged to make life better for all Americans.
Right. Making life better for all Americans. So there you go, guys. Prices are going up. The world hates us. We have military on the streets. We have an actual Gestapo running through cities. We got storms like crazy. I'm under a flood warning in Pennsylvania. Texas is flooded again, but you don't have to take your shoes off anymore.
That had this could have been an email energy, you know?
Right? Like, why did you go on TV? No.
Yes. Hey, it's the same thing. Like they want to do these little. It's like, hey, everybody, listen. Good news. So you don't have to take your shoes off anymore. But don't worry about that because you're too poor to go anyways. You poor.
I haven't.
We're gonna give a tax break to Elon Musk. You go be broke and drown in a flood. You just go have fun.
Speaking of Elon Musk, the government is now going to use Grok in government systems. The AI that recently called itself Mecha Hitler is now been given a multi-million-dollar contract to now use Grok within the United States government and then military. We have a Nazi AI now infiltrating our systems, just so we're aware of what's going on here.
We need a D-Day against AI. That's what we need. I'm telling you. We need an AI D-Day.
Well, this is what happens when AI goes unchecked. This is exactly what happens when AI goes unchecked. Plus, we're going to run out of freaking water. I don't think people realize how much water it takes to cool these. I don't even know what they're called, servers or whatever.
Yeah.
But it takes a massive amount of water to run these AI machines, plants, facilities, whatever you want to call it. I'm not versed in all this. So, so they're going to use all the fresh water to build AI and stuff at our expense, while pumping methane in the atmosphere. So much to look forward to. But anyway, going back to, let's have some fun here. I don't know if you guys recently saw the video of, I'm going to show you a video of the most unathletic person I've ever seen in my life. This video to me makes me wonder if Jorkis Depeanus Vance ever was in the military, because here's a video of him. And for some people, for people that hate California, going on vacation to Disneyland, to me, it's kind of fucked up. You got the military on the streets. You got ICE just snatching people off. Kids are in chains right now. And you have the nerve to take your family to that state.
Yeah, that's why
for
they
vacation.
Did it. That's why they did. They meant it to be a slap in the face. And I'm glad they got heckled the way they did.
Yeah, so here you go. Here's JD Vance. I don't know if you want to call this running or I don't know what he's doing here. Running in quotes.
Oh my God, dude. That's a challenge for Josh Hawley for worst run ever done by a man. He looks like. Have you seen that old footage of Bigfoot? Right when they first capture it, and Bigfoot's like.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
He looks like that Bigfoot going through quicksand, or like concrete that hasn't dried. That's what he looks like.
Dude, this is so bad. Let's watch it again.
He has huge, like, horrible sidekick energy, like Indiana Jones is in trouble, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll come, Indy." Clip clop, clip clop. I'm in sandals, and I'm walking over coals. Like, huge sidekick energy.
Oh my God, we have the most pathetic people, and then these are the alphas. So don't forget, guys, these are the alpha males.
They're the tough guys. That's how tough guys run.
Unbelievable. So
could you imagine if Bruce Willis was caught running like that? He would never get another Die Hard movie.
I know. He'd be like, whoa.
Bruce was caught running like that, and he was the Terminator. Like, I'll be back. No, you won't. You can't run, dude. Don't put the gun down. It's fake.
That's hilarious. I don't know why my microphone keeps adjusting. I'm getting annoyed with this thing. Hopefully everybody can hear me fine.
Yeah, sounds good on my end.
All right, let me go ahead and...
Sandor's like, not today, gay thoughts. I've got my running shoes on. It does very much have like that running joke in Family Guy, like Tom Cruise. He's always running because he's trying to outrun the gay thoughts. It has very much like there's nothing wrong with LGBTQ. We love you, but it does have very much that joke energy.
It has, to me, caught on video fighting with his wife in public. Oh, I didn't see that one. To me, it looks like you ever seen Austin Powers when Scotty runs away?
Oh my God. That's exactly what it is. The doctor was like, "Go run, Scotty, go. You can't even run properly, Scotty. This is why you're not my son."
That's what it gives, dude. I should have found a clip of that. That would have been hilarious.
Fontucky said maybe he saw another couch. That's a good one.
I know. He's oh, I've never seen that.
That one's missing a case. I got to get in there.
That's hilarious. All right, so let's talk about Donald Trump and the World Cup, because we also have Donald Trump talking about how God saved him 1 year ago from being shot, and then he also is talking shit about Rosie O'Donnell. I guess to distract from the Epstein scandal, he thought revoking Rosie O'Donnell, who nobody was talking about.
Yeah,
this is like so out of the blue.
From 20 years ago.
Right, she really does live rent free in his head, because every once in a while he'll just say something random about Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, and I've never quite understood it. But so all right, so he goes to the Club World Cup, which apparently cost about $5 million. So I think we probably have surpassed the $500 million mark so far this year, with all the golf trips, NASCAR, UFC, Super Bowl, Club World Cup. Donald Trump is living his best life, and we are fucking paying for it, guys. That shit pisses me off. This is supposed, they were talking about waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yeah.
And you got this asshole taking vacations on the daily at our expense.
And then just today, the Supreme Court moved forward with allowing him to gut the Department of Education. It's like, why are we paying taxes? Why are we not having a tax strike? There should have been a tax strike this tax season.
I started mine this year.
There's no point to pay taxes right now. There's no point.
I started this year. Everybody else is like, no. I'm like, I'm not now. As soon as Donald Trump got elected, I'm like, I am not giving a fuck. Come after me, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
That's a wise decision.
I'm not giving them a dime. I'm not giving them a dime. We could crush these people if we just took control.
Yeah.
Tax season.
We had an actual opposition party. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we really do have the power to take control of these billionaires because they think we're just going to be subjugated this entire time, but we're never going to fight back. But there's going to come a point where everybody gets sick and tired of this shit. And I hope it comes really soon. But anyway, going back to the World Cup, this was Donald Trump's reception when he got there.
Damn.
He wanted the trophy. I love gold. From Austin. Oh my God, he's gold member.
He's gold
Oh my
member.
God, Donald Trump is fucking gold member.
Mr. Trump, why did you keep the trophy? I love gold.
I lost my genitalia in a smelting
Unfortunate smelting accident.
Donald Trump is gold
Nobody
member.
has a smelting accident like I have the best smelting accident. Best accidents ever.
Yeah, drama. Yeah, he took the trophy. He took the trophy home with him. And he's going to send the team that actually won the tournament a replica. But he's keeping it.
Like I said, participation trophies. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, but Donald Trump is not healthy. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of Donald Trump. This is at the World Cup Championship, and you tell me, or the Club Championship. Look at his neck and look at his ankles, especially his ankles. He has a massive amount of, he's retaining water in his legs. Something's going on here, but let me show you this.
Yeah.
Look at his freaking, he doesn't have any, he has cankles. He has cankles. He does not have any ankles. Look at his all leg and then foot.
I've had a coworker that had gout, and there's a homeless lady in my area that also has gout, and that is very, I mean, I'm not saying it is gout. I'm not saying many people are saying it. I'm not saying many people, but it does, to me, that looks a lot like gout.
I have the best gout. I have
the best gout. Okay.
Had it before.
Nobody does gout like me.
Tell me that's not, something's going on there, dude. Because like he's overweight, but he should not have his legs looking like that. Those are swollen. Look at the tops of his shoes. The tops of his shoes are bulging out from the size of his legs. That is not normal. The neck, I mean, he has a vagina neck anyway. So I don't know if you've ever seen that picture. It looks like
he's got the turkey wobble. Yep.
We can call it that. We'll call it that.
Depends on how much we have to watch our censorship, but yes, the vagina neck.
But anyway, to me, something's going on. I mean, we saw the catheter picture because it definitely wasn't his junk, because we know from Stormy Daniels it ain't going that far. But I've also noticed pictures of his hands where there's obviously makeup on his hands to cover bruising, which could be from an IV. Easily could be from an IV. If anybody's ever had an IV in their hand and they miss a vein or whatever, or like my mom's in her 80s, you know what I mean? Every time she has to get poked or something like that, there's always a bruise. Yeah. There's lots of pictures on the internet with Donald Trump, and there's obvious discoloration there. And to me, it just looks like makeup.
I hate needles. God, I hate them.
I know, so do I. Avoid blood work. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't think Donald Trump's in the best health. I think they're covering that up, and they're going to cover up this Epstein shit too, because it's gotten to the point where they just don't want to talk about it anymore.
Let them. We cannot let our foot off the gas. And as much as I hate John Ossoff because he is a fascist collaborator that voted for Trump's bills and nominees, he at least got up on the stage the other day and was talking and saying, why aren't we seeing these Epstein files? You ran on them. Maybe it has something to do with you being on them. And AOC said the same thing. AOC is much better than Ossoff. Said the same thing. It's like, wow, who would have thought that voting, I'm going to do it in walking. Wow. Who would have thought that electing a rapist would make it harder to get the files.
Oh, I guess somebody, Ro Khanna, I think it was, wants to force a vote on releasing the files.
Yep.
That would show the world, like if the Republicans vote against it, then obviously they are the party of protecting and promoting predators.
Yeah, but that's the thing is we need the Democrats to actually message on that, get out there on the talk shows, and they're not going to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
We got to do that in the meantime. So everybody in this chat, right? There's 15, 20 people here. Everybody in this chat, you guys need to be talking about it. Talk about to your friends, to your families. Call your Congress members for fuck's sake, and say, why are you not making the Epstein files a fucking issue? Why is it a bigger issue on the right than it is for the left?
Yeah, this is such a softball for the left, like for Democrats.
Such a softball. Seriously,
they could be talking about this all day, every day on every news channel possible, and I barely see any of them talking about it. It's crazy.
And you see it in the messaging strategy of the Republicans. Every time they go on TV, they'll be talking about so this one big beautiful bill will cut 12 million people off of Medicaid, and the Republicans will start with, well, you know what? First of all, Donald Trump is the greatest, and also the Democrats are evil and they hate this country and are trying to murder you.
Right.
That's how they start. And then the newscaster is like, oh, but we're talking about Medicaid. Democrats are trying to murder you. Okay, so moving on. The media is in on it as well, but make it an issue. Talk about it.
Right. All right. So let me show you one last video from the Club World Cup. This was humiliating. You can see
I was scratching my ass right there. I was just getting my back.
Now you can ask him, he asked Trump, are you leaving? And Donald Trump just doesn't get the hint. So when they start cheering and jumping up and down, Donald Trump thinks he's being all cool. Then you'll see the club president come over and drag Trump into the back of the pile so he's out of view. Watch this.
Has turned to gold. Chelsea, the FIFA Club World Cup champions.
God, he's so awkward standing there.
He has no idea they don't want him there, though.
What a day for them. What a journey. What a competition in the United States.
They did not want him there. They did not want to be pictured with him. They didn't even want to shake his hand.
And that guy in that moment had more courage than nearly anyone in the Democratic Party.
Right.
He's face to face with Trump, and he's just a soccer player, and he's saying, bro, are you leaving? That's honestly, he could have done nothing. He could have just went with it, but he took that moment and said, you shouldn't be here. Are you leaving?
There's a lot of them that refused to even shake his hand, which was great. But Donald Trump's clueless. He thinks that everybody loves him. You know what I'm saying? Which obviously nobody does anymore. Because he's a gross old man. Disgusting. Who did things with little kids.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
There was that story that came out again during the election season with Kamala about how an author said I think it was actually Trump showed him photos.
Yeah.
Or he was shown photos.
Epstein showed
on Epstein's plane. Epstein showed the author photos of Trump with topless young women or girls, we can't tell, on his lap. And that never became an issue. The Democrats never sought out those pictures. What the fuck are we doing here, people?
Right. We were talking about it before the show because a lot of people were like, why didn't the Democrats release the files? Did anybody ever consider that Donald Trump took them with him when he left the White House? Does anybody know if those were part of the thousands of documents and whatever he took? The guy took nuclear secrets.
Well, wait a minute. The Democrats didn't have the files because Epstein wasn't arrested until under Barr with Trump, right? So
they would have had the files though for Biden's term. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or did Trump take all that shit with him?
Yeah.
We don't know.
But also, look at how weak the Democrats are on this issue. They barely will even call for it when Trump is in charge, and it would help them. Even if fucking Bill Clinton is legitimately on that list, it would still help them.
There are some extremely powerful people. The list I found that I'm still trying to verify that it's real because the unredacted version's on the internet, and it's exactly the same as the redacted version. I have it, but again, I'm not going to say it's real if I don't know for 100%.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of powerful people on there, including Israeli, like Mossad, Israeli intelligence and all that stuff, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Yeah. A lot of people would go down. I mean, not just Trump, not just Clinton, but there's Yeah. Because you got to figure Epstein was operating for what, decades? A couple decades. Almost got arrested once, got a sweetheart deal.
Because he was
to
in
people associated
Israel,
with Trump.
right, fleeing the charges, right? Wasn't that where he was at the time?
I don't know. Was it?
I thought that's what I read. Was he fled the U.S. and went to Israel, and then this was Trump's previous labor secretary, Alex Acosta, gave him that sweetheart deal. That's what I recall reading. I know the Alex Acosta Florida sweetheart deal, but I'm pretty sure he was in Israel and hiding at the time. That's my understanding.
Right. All right. So let's talk about Captain Dipshit here for a second here, because he, wants to thank God. Yeah, because we're just, I can see honestly these MAGA Christians being like, well, people did, like, there's actually people online right now going, well, we can't hold against him now for stuff that he did 20 years ago. I'm like, what? What? I swear to God, if y'all start talking about forgiveness and Jesus now, fuck all you.
Which
all
is ironic, because then they are literally deporting people right now for like one tiny ass marijuana misdemeanor from 40 years ago, or one traffic ticket from 20 years ago. So it's all performative horseshit. They're fake Christians.
Right. That's what I mean. And now you want to talk about forgiveness over a guy who most likely did disgusting things with girls as young as 13 years old. They recruited girls out of Mar-a-Lago. Where do you think Virginia Dufresne came from? She was working at Mar-a-Lago, and then she got picked up by Epstein's girl, Ghislaine Maxwell, who, if she dies, I'm just saying, I would have extra security around me right now if I was her, because she is quite literally the only person that can destroy Trump at the moment that could testify. Word is that she's ready to talk. So we will see what happens there. So who knows? Maybe Trump will pardon her. He talked about pardoning her his first term. He talked about it. He actually considered pardoning her because
they didn't make that an issue either. The Democrats didn't make that an issue.
And she's been silent ever since. So we'll see if now she's ready to talk, or if they're just going to try and bury this whole story. So anyway, let's watch Donald Trump talking about the anniversary of him getting shot.
And it's remarkable to think that it was only 1 year ago this week that my time on earth nearly ended. And if you look at that, God was with me, because that's
so close.
Something that, in theory, I should not be with you today.
Yes, now it's your leader, you fucking lemon. You staged a fucking hope. You goddamn simpleton.
Well,
Is
I
that
believe
the faith
that,
office,
I
guys?
believe it that my life was saved by God to really make America great again. I really believe that. I think I have a son. He's a great shooter, like a championship shooter, Don.
Whatever. Anyway, okay, so this is at the White House faith office, or whatever they call it. That so much for separating church. So we got a guy who he's never read the Bible, knows nothing about Christianity, doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in forgiveness. One of the cruelest people that we've ever had elected to president, one of the dumbest people we've ever had elected to president. And he's also being questioned for doing disgusting things to young girls. Yeah, that guy was saved by God. Not the people that were shot, but him. And there's still no scar. There's not a scratch. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but anybody that knows anything about rifles, especially assault rifles, they do fuck tons worth of damage. That's why you don't go hunting with a 5.56.
Yeah, you destroy the meat.
AR-15.
Yeah. So Butler, Pennsylvania, that was the one where the guy was on the roof and there was like a big field, right?
Yeah.
So we have to provide the context for the audience, and if this gets shown anywhere else, the guy was a Republican. Yep. He talked Republican points. He voted for Trump. He made people around him in school, when he went to school, very uncomfortable because he was so right wing. Mm-hmm. And again, the cops made contact with him from the beginning. Yep. They saw him go up there. In what universe would you not have made some kind of effort to keep better tabs on that guy? Because by the time they next saw him, he was in a firing position.
Well, the cops also said there was no coordination between the Secret Service and them.
Yeah, why was that?
Right, exactly. And there, no medical report, no scratch, no scar whatsoever. This is cartilage too. Okay, this is not just flesh.
Yeah,
You don't get a. This is hard.
That's why people get cauliflower ear. That shit does not heal, right?
No,
A
that's what I'm saying.
bone
Like,
will heal more than that shit.
honestly, if you believe Donald Trump was shot, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I cannot right in the right mind admit that he was shot.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You know what's crazy? There's a guy on Blue Sky that I really, really like. He writes a lot about extremist circles, and he is on the opposite side. He's very much like, he's telling us that we're the crazy ones.
Right.
And I'm like, but bro, you don't have questions about like this, and this. I mean, of course he didn't answer, but whatever. But it's like, I don't like that the left, and this guy's on the far left, right? Like, we're closer to where we are. So it's like, how could you not ask these questions? How could you be satisfied with the answers that we have been given? I don't understand.
Right. And Donald Trump is, if anything, he loves to brag. I guarantee if he was actually shot, he would have posted pictures of it on True Social.
There you go.
They would have freaking videoed him having his ear repaired.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. That's how this guy is. He's all about image. So if he was truly shot, we would have seen images of it, not a goddamn maxi pad on his ear. And then literally a week later, he's wearing a Band-Aid for a bullet wound. Like, come on, guys. This is not the movie where the superhero gets shot and just magically heals. It's like, come on. He even says, I'm a fast healer.
Yeah, it's fucking.
That was his excuse for healing so fast. Seriously, Donald Trump's, I'm a fast healer. You're 80. No 80-year-old is a fast healer.
No 80-year-old is a fast walker, let alone.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I honestly believe that Butler, Pennsylvania was Donald Trump's false flag operation. His support was going down the toilet. I'm sorry, this is my beliefs. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. But Donald Trump's ratings were abysmal. He got the assassination attempt, and all of a sudden, that's all everybody's talking about. They're calling Donald Trump a hero. And can we at least admit, like, he made them stop at an exact moment to where they could take that picture with him and the flag.
Yes.
He intentionally stopped. He goes, stop. He told it like several times.
The Secret Service would not have allowed.
Right. There's no way the Secret Service. The Secret Service's job, if the bullets are flying at the president, is to get him in the fucking car as fast as humanly possible, period. They don't stop so you can raise your fist and do a photo opportunity. It's complete bullshit, man. I'm so sick of people not calling it out.
I agree.
And you're being hustled.
Yeah, and for anyone on the left that, thinks we're the crazy ones, please just think about what Jeremy was saying. Why have we not gotten the medical report? Just like he was saying, if this was a real wound, it'd be the same. He took his mugshot and he made that a propaganda piece. Why would he not do the same for an assassination attempt?
Right.
Come on. Let's get real here.
I
went full Biden. Come on. Let's get serious. Come on, Jack. Let's. What was I talking about?
I miss Biden. I don't care if he's stuttering old shit.
Now I'm quoting Ahsoka Tano, the bad Jedi, and that was like, I miss the idea of it, but not the truth, not the weakness.
Right? So the only thing we got going for us is these people have no clue what they're doing. They don't. They're unorganized. They're not communicating properly between departments. Everything's a complete disarray. Oh my god! This is funny. Remember how last week we were joking about the guys riding through on the horses, the armored horses and shit, like they were jousting? Do you know what that operation was called?
Tell me.
Operation Excalibur.
And I even said that. I was like, it looks like they're in the Excalibur Vegas show. And they fucking called it that.
And the funny part was they got lost on the way to the park.
That was
they were like 30 minutes late.
Which is amazing because MacArthur Park is probably one of the easiest things to find. You go east on Wilshire, if you hit downtown, you've gone too far. Like, it's right fucking there. You can't miss it. It's unbelievable.
We were joking last week, but no, they legitimately called this shit Operation Excalibur, bro. Like, how pathetic. It's like what was the other one? Midnight Hammer. Operation Midnight Hammer. Like, who's making these freaking, you know what I mean?
20-year-old big balls dipshit from Dope. It's that mentality. It's this whole like behind the keyboard.
So
Like, oh, this is gonna sound so
man.
cool. I'm gonna call it this. It's that mentality.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. All right. But anyway, let's watch another video of Donald Trump. Here's him talking about someone that nobody gives a shit about anymore. It's Rosie O'Donnell. Every couple of months, for some reason, now he's threatening to take away her citizenship. She's like, I don't care. But of course, he can't just unilaterally. But this is serious, though. He's just an American citizen who was born in New York. I think she was born in New York. And just because he doesn't like her, he's actually suggesting taking away her citizenship. So if he can do it to her, he can do it to anybody. This is what he's talking about.
Rosie O'Donnell, she went on Chris Cuomo's show recently. She blamed you for the fact that she's overweight, depressed, and drunk. What do you say to that? Do you think PDS is going to ever be a DSM-5 diagnosis?
I don't know about Rosie. I watch Rosie. Rosie's a mess. She's a mess. But she left our country, which is a good thing, not a bad thing.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Wow, what a dig. Oh, my goodness. You did. Wow, you really showed her. Jesus.
Yeah. So if you go on True Social, you can see the post where he's melting down over Rosie O'Donnell.
Of all the people to melt down over, it's Rosie fucking O'Donnell? That's
right. Like every time he brings her up, I'm like, why? Why? She's not even in the public eye anymore. I haven't heard anything about Rosie O'Donnell in years. Yeah. The only time I ever hear anything about Rosie O'Donnell is when Donald Trump brings it up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he talks about, like, she lives rent-free in his head, for real.
Pennywise says, not gonna lie, Rossi got owned.
Right? Oh, my God.
Yeah, he showed her. That's funny.
All right, so let's move on to the Epstein meltdown. Actually, you know what? First, I made a montage because I'm sick of these sons of bitches doing Nazi salutes and nobody calling out. So instead of just showing you one at a time, I found 4 different ones. You got Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and now Tom Homan, all doing Nazi salutes out in public, and nobody's saying anything about it. But here it is.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Cowlick at the back of his head.
And we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight.
Here's the president of the United States doing it on 4th of July.
And Tom Homan isn't going anywhere. Tom Homan isn't shutting up. Tom Homan going to run the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen. Take it to the bank.
2,
Jesus,
and there's 3. This is the same motherfucker that was on the news like last week going, I really shouldn't talk about us like we're the Gestapo and like we're Nazis. It's like they're making it dangerous for us. And then he's on stage doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop. This is what we're dealing with in America. This is the Fourth Reich. This is the Fourth Reich.
You know what he reminds me in Unforgiven? He reminds me of oh God, what was the guy? Richard Harris's character. What was his name in Unforgiven?
I don't know.
Something Bob.
I watched that movie forever ago.
Boncho Bob. No. Oh my God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Chat, help me out. Unforgiven. Richard Harris's character, English Bob. He was English Bob. He reminds me of that because the whole thing of his character is he's a tough talker. He's making up all this bullshit about himself. But then when he's actually face to face with like a real hard man, like Gene Hackman, he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman was also fascist, but either way, it's like he gives that energy. He was like, yes, so, you know, I actually once took on 5 men at once from behind, and I never turned around once, just bap, bap, bap. He has that energy.
It's funny you say that because apparently there was a protester at Turning Point USA, which is just a Nazi rally. And this was Tom Homan's response, acting like a tough guy on stage. He was like, meet me off stage in 13 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. I think he's drunk. The way he's talking and slurring his words and shit. But here he is. He even stumbles a little bit on stage. But here he is threatening somebody. And it's so pathetic. The talking points are all the same. Like, none of you guys can come up with anything original. Tom Homan is even going, yes, the guy lives in his mom's basement. I'm surprised he doesn't have purple hair and a septum ring. That's all you guys got?
They have
come
one
up with
joke.
some new material, y'all.
It's the same thing with like their trans stuff. They have the one fucking joke. What is a woman? Well, clearly Ben Shapiro doesn't know because he can't get his wife wet even if he throws her in a pool. Like, they don't know. They don't know what a woman is.
No, that's why we have a male loneliness epidemic. It's all on the right. It's all on the right because they decided somewhere along the way that they didn't have to develop a personality and they can just be complete assholes. And women are supposed to just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they don't like it or they think they're creepy, they're like, oh, it's the women's fault. No, it's because you suck as a person. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to go on a date with a guy that's going to rant about trans people, locking up immigrants in concentration camps and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And hear Fox News talking points. That is not going to turn a woman on, y'all.
Yeah.
So unless you guys never want to get laid again, I would really reconsider your worldview a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just like maybe expand your mind a little bit.
And the thing about the male loneliness epidemic, at least on the right, is so baffling because it's like their whole pitch is degrading women and shaming women because like, oh, she's such a slut. Oh, she's such a whore. And it's like, bro, you're the ones that want women to put out.
Right.
So if you want to put out, make a permissive environment so they can do whatever in the fuck they want and don't have to have the health consequences of having a child. And then also, you know, don't make them feel like you're going to murder them if they tell you no on a date. Like, give women some fucking freedom and a permission structure to be human and do what they want.
Yeah, the men these days are ridiculous. Like, if you meet, I read so many stories about this, and I always picture a MAGA dude doing this. Like, when they contact, like on online dating or whatever, you'll send them a picture, or you'll send them a text like, "Hey, how are you? I think you're pretty." They respond like, "Hi, how are you?" Dick pic. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, yeah, that's another problem.
Like, stop sending your dick, okay? Look, that's not the most important part of your body, you guys.
Yeah. And I'm on the apps now. You know, being single again. And so it's like,
I am not.
And so many of them, like, they give me their number, you know, from the apps, and they're like, you're not going to send me a dick pic, are you? I'm like, gee, like, every one of them is like, how much does this fucking happen?
Right. That's why
Guys, stop sending dick pics. And Jesus, what'd you say?
Yeah, they're not going to just see it and go, oh, God, I want to marry him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not how
in me now.
That's how it works. Like, before the internet, guys used to actually have to try to impress women. That was the whole point. That's how you develop personality. You know, maybe you're funny, or maybe you're just suave and smooth and shit like that. But now, guys, Jesus Christ, they're like, oh, women should submit to me and do whatever I want. Okay, enjoy being a born-again virgin because you're never going to get laid ever again, man. All right, but anyway, we went way off topic on that one. I'm sorry.
All right.
Here's a video of Tom Homan.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Speaking of guys who can't get laid, here's Tom Homan.
I got a question. No. I got a question for you. Why don't you come up here and hand me that picture? Bring it. USA.
It's like he said good segue.
It's so it's so faux macho.
Right.
It's just total tough guy fake shit. You know that this dude can't throw a punch.
Yeah, you got morons like this all
he
the
can't
country.
even punch through air. That's how weak this man is.
Listen how he talks
This
about us.
guy wouldn't know us like the surface nation. This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a Border Patrol agent. This guy lives in his mother's basement. The only thing that surprised me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser.
Wow. Even
How
the
they're
audience
talking to other Americans.
Even the audience on that, what he thought was going to be such a hit, even the audience was like, meh, we've heard it before. Like, they didn't give him much on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a grown-ass man using online troll talking points. I'm surprised you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Ooh, you hurt my... That's why I laugh every time MAGA tries to insult me online. It's like, y'all are... come up with something better. Like today some guy sent me a really mean message on Facebook, and my response was just eat a bag of dicks.
That's all you have to do. Oh yeah, I saw
I'm
that one.
saying, like, you live in your mom's basement, dude. Just eat a whole bag of dicks, please, and shut up. You know what I mean? But yeah, they think they're owning the libs, and they just make themselves look so ridiculous. There's a video on TikTok of this dipshit named Forgiato Blow. I like calling Fellatio Blow because his music literally sucks dick. But he's a MAGA rapper. He's a Nepo baby. The guy's been rich his entire life. He's on video pouring water into a bucket that has holes in it, like a wastebasket that has holes there, like a laundry basket. And the caption reads, if this bucket fills up, then I'll believe Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Behind the guy, he's full MAGA, shirt, hat, Trump, all that. Behind him, a raised big old like Chevy truck, full Trump wrap. Okay, like thousands of dollars wrapping this vehicle, this giant ass truck in nothing but Donald Trump. And then has a Donald Trump mannequin sitting in a chair next to him while he's standing there like a dipshit putting water into a thing with holes in it. And then the caption is literally like, I don't believe he's in the Epstein files. Like, when this bucket fills up, then I'll believe he's in the Epstein files. Like, bro, how do you not realize that Donald Trump is the Epstein files? He's not just in them. He is the Epstein files. He was best friends with the guy for like 15 years.
It's the Matrix moment. Like, I knew it. He is the
It's like, if I remember correctly, Epstein broke off the relationship because he thought Donald Trump was a bad person.
I know
but he's not in the files.
Falling out. But it doesn't matter. I mean, he was still there all that time.
Right. Donald Trump, like, he is the files. Okay, that's why they're not being released, because we would see Donald Trump doing disgusting things on video with kids. That's a fact. I mean, that's a fact. And it's not just that he has them. There's also speculation. Even, like I said, I even asked ChatGPT, because this is how much, like, when you ask ChatGPT, I know it's AI and it's all that, but you ask it a random question, if it doesn't find any credible evidence, it'll tell you, I don't have any credible evidence on that. If you have information on it, please let me know. So I asked ChatGPT, is there a chance Israel has the Epstein files? I've showed this before. Yes, there is a chance. Why? Well, maybe because both Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein have ties to Mossad or Israeli intelligence, especially Ghislaine Maxwell's father. He had some serious connections to Israeli intelligence. So if Israel is involved, if this was a honeypot operation on a massive scale, they have incriminating evidence on so many Americans. You know what I mean? Perfect way to get a country to do whatever you want.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier. I still stand by it because there's such an embedding between Israeli military intelligence, U.S. military intelligence, and of course AIPAC funding basically everything right now. There is such a likelihood that someone in Israeli intelligence couldn't come pose as a janitor, and steal the files. It's just so high. It's so high that they would have had access to it.
Not even that, though. They could have had his plane wired. They could have had the island wired. 100%. Like, they could literally have had access to everything that our DOJ has, if not more.
There was that tweet I texted you, I think it was earlier this week, that said that when someone was trying to pursue Epstein further, they were told to back off because he's a source.
Yep.
Source of information, or he what was the term you used? He's a plant or something, but he's an asset, officer of foreign intelligence, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I think the odds are very high that everything Epstein did and everyone that he interacted with, behind closed doors, is in those files.
You know what I mean? And this is speculation, but if you look into the ties that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and Ghislaine Maxwell's father have to Israel, it kind of starts. I know it sounds conspiratorial, but I mean, it's just making more and more sense. It's to the point where even the right is starting to talk about it. Also, which just is not good for Donald Trump. People on the right still listen to
Jeremy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think your mic's. See if you can move it away again? Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Stand by.
We're good.
There we go.
Yep, we're good. Sorry. We're having storms around here, and Comcast, for some reason, I don't understand how that works, but it rains really hard. We lose connection now here in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, Tucker Carlson is a problem for Donald Trump because right wing loves Tucker still. But first, let me show you this is how they're planning on addressing the Epstein files. They're like, we just don't want to talk about it anymore. Here's Charlie Kirk having a meltdown. He's like, I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. I'm tired of hearing about it. That's not going to work.
Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it. Balls in their hands. I've said plenty this last weekend.
Balls are literally in their hands. You're right. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of balls in their hands.
Right. The phrase is the balls in your court.
These guys
Not the balls are in your hands.
Oh
yeah,
my
the balls
gosh,
are in your hands.
And
yeah,
I love
we
how
know.
these people who rail so much about the government, the deep state, are now like, you know what? I trust our government. Good little government who's hiding the Epstein files. I trust them.
The funny part is they railed against the deep state for years, and they actually just elected the deep state. Like, it was only like, it was really conspiratorial before the whole deep state thing. But now you literally have the deep state. We have like people.
Yes.
I mean, Palantir is monitoring all of us right now. They're making lists of people that they think are threats using AI. Like, it's quite literally the thought police, which is freaking insane. So, all right, let's go back to Turning Point USA. First, here's Laura Ingraham asking the audience, which are diehard MAGAs. Okay, you don't go to Turning Point USA unless you're just a straight up white nationalist Nazi asshole. Literally no other reason to go to these things. So here she is asking if they are happy with how the Epstein case is being handled. And the reaction is pretty telling.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the results of the Epstein investigation? Clap. Okay, I told you to clap. You guys aren't listening.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to grade you on a curve. So I was going to get to that. How many of you are not satisfied with the results of the investigation?
So hold on. So she asked, like, okay, give me a clap if you are satisfied. And people booed. And then she asked, okay, now clap if you're not satisfied. And everybody, like, that is the worst. As a person who's done crowd work and as an MC, that is the worst fucking crowd response you could ever hope for. Like, that is like, you're getting both 2 thumbs down from Siskel and Ebert.
Oh my God. Oh, Brianna brought up Roseanne Barr. Yeah, she is another story.
Yeah, she's.
Oh my God. I have so many
Maybe
clips of
she's
her.
on the list.
She's fallen. I know, right? I wouldn't be surprised. She's lost her damn mind. That woman was crazy. Didn't she do a rap video with that Canadian MAGA rapper?
Something.
The guy's
like
not
that.
even.
Yeah,
I forget
so
his
great.
name.
Yeah.
The guy's music's garbage. Like, if you want your ears to bleed, Tom McDonald, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He claims to be a MAGA, but the guy's Canadian. He's not even from America, and he's a MAGA
Yeah,
rapper.
he is. Yeah.
And he raps about like trans people and immigrants and stuff like. I'm like, dude, you're shut the fuck up. You're Canadian, and your music is garbage. Like, you're sitting there trying to appropriate hip hop, and you're just making my head hurt. Forgiato Blow is also another one who thinks he's a rapper. He's a MAGA rapper, which is a thing. That's a thing. And of course, it's terrible music. It's absolutely horrible.
Of course it is.
All right. Last video that I have. Okay. And I hate the fact that I agree with Tucker Carlson, but Tucker Carlson is now also saying he's also connecting the dots because MAGA won't connect the dots on their own. They need people to connect the dots for them.
Yeah.
So they listen to Tucker.
Yeah. Tucker is their little pop-up book of instructions, basically.
Right. And we know people don't do any research. So the fact that they're being told now that Israel might have the files by one of their elite influencers, you know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. This is not good for Donald Trump. So here you go. This is
not acceptable. And I think the real answer is Jeffrey Epstein was working on behalf of intel services, probably not American. And we have every right to ask, on whose behalf was he working? How does a guy go from being a math teacher at the Dalton School in the late 70s with no college degree to having multiple airplanes, a private island, and the largest residential house in Manhattan? Where did all the money come from? And no one has ever gotten to the bottom of that because no one has ever tried. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government. Now, no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty. There is nothing wrong with saying that. There is nothing hateful about saying that. There's nothing anti-Semitic about saying that. There's nothing even anti-Israel about saying that. I've spent my entire life pretty much in Washington, where I knew and loved a number of people, including one very close person who worked at CIA.
Yeah.
So the stories continue. Maybe that we always wondered why Netanyahu has such a hold over Donald Trump.
Well, just the country too. So many politicians.
Well, they really do. They really do. Like some of these politicians, like Ted Cruz the other day, was like, "We need to give Israel another $25 billion." What? For what? These people over there living better lives than us at our expense. They have free health care and free college.
Yeah. Bro won't even get $25 billion for his own people that are affected by those floods. Fuck Ted Cruz.
That's what I'm saying. Like the AIPAC, again, and this is a sentiment that has been picking up steam. If you've been funded by AIPAC in any way, shape, or form, you should not be allowed to run again. You should. Yeah. I think that should be an immediate disqualification. If you've taken money from Israel, if you have an AIPAC lobbyist that you have in your cell phone that you could call at any moment, because a lot of these people have an AIPAC guy. They actually call it, let me call my AIPAC guy. Seriously.
Yeah. There are these are some very simple facts about AIPAC.
Yeah.
One, they have actually funded some of the MAGA terrorist campaigns that have supported and or been as part of the January 6th terrorist attack. AIPAC is a terrorist organization. They have given money to fund terrorists.
Yep.
And they have tried to do everything in their power to stop anyone from holding them accountable, like Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And they will stop at nothing until everyone is capitulating to their demands, which is basically what they have even said in their own words, that Israel supremacy.
Right. They've even primaried candidates. Like if there's a candidate that is not pro-Israel enough, they will put money into another candidate to get them into office, to align with them.
And they have also funded some of these actual Holocaust-denying supporters. Mm-hmm. And again, Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL, in my opinion, is the biggest anti-Semite in the fucking country right now. Because as a Jewish man himself, he does know the threat that Nazis pose historically and what they've always done to Jews and to other people of in vulnerable positions. Jonathan Greenblatt is out there excusing Elon Musk's Nazi salute.
Right.
And now it's like Godzilla. Now we have Mecha Godzilla. Well, we had Elon Musk Hitler salute. Now we have Mecha Hitler. That is Jonathan Greenblatt's legacy. And that is why people are leaving the ADL. He is the ultimate pick-me. And until we get AIPAC's money out of our country and out of these elections, it is only going to get worse, and more people in Gaza are going to die. And I am so glad that Superman took that whole plot line and made it into the movie, because it is so crucial. And every single person seeing these children die in Gaza wants to be Superman to fly over there and stop that war. But you know what? The only way we can stop that fucking war is by kicking AIPAC the fuck out of our country.
I totally agree. 100%.
Who am I bothered after that speech? Who?
That's fine. Hey, that was a good one. I like that. But no, it's got, Israel, the whole worldview of Israel is not good right now. And keep in mind, Zionists are not Jews. Okay.
Correct.
It's totally different. Just like Christian nationalists are not Christians.
Exactly.
Okay. There's a difference. So saying Zionists are bad, Zionists are basically the Nazis of the Jewish folks. But seriously, it's just like we have Nazis in America. They're literally committing genocide right now.
Yes.
And I like to remind everybody, the last time that people were throwing up Nazi salutes in World War II, a lot of Jews died. 6 million in 4 years died. So why are we not taking it seriously? We already have concentration camps. Okay. We already have stories that there's possibly incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. I'm still trying to confirm that story. No, I mean, serious. There is a possibility they're trying to install incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. Again, I'm trying to verify the story, but that is something that is keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
Because we can't just be reactive, okay? We can't wait until 6 million Latino people are dead before we go, oh, yeah, these guys really are Nazis. We have to stop them before it happens. We cannot allow history to repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you said
it is up to us.
Yeah. And what you said about Zionists being the new Nazis, I have very much tried to shy away from that language and not go down that path. But you look at what is happening.
You have to
look at what they're doing.
Right.
And the historical parallels are just, they're too strong to ignore. You can't.
So, these are hard conversations that we need to have. We try to have fun with it, but this is serious shit. Like, we have people, Donald Trump, Tom Homan, Steve Bannon. We showed you repeatedly the video of JD Vance on the receiving end of a Nazi salute. Okay, how many do people have to die in mass in our country before we actually stop this? Are we going to do anything about it, or are we going to let it happen? Okay, we are all going to suffer. We are all going to suffer under the Trump administration. Are we going to suffer on our terms, or are we going to suffer on theirs? Personally, I'm taking my future into my own hands, and I'm going to fight this every step of the way.
Yeah.
How far that's going to go is yet to be determined. But I guess how far they want to push this before they back off and realize that we're not putting up with it. I mean, Donald Trump came out and said he's giving ICE credit or permission to use violence. Operation Excalibur, they had orders that if there was shooting, they had orders that they could shoot people.
Yep, they did.
I want to explain to people this. When the military got there was no violence. They actually had orders to shoot people. Americans. Our military is giving its subordinates permission to shoot people. I want you to think about that.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, I made a video about this, and I'm going to say it again, and I don't care if you get offended by it. If one person gets shot by ICE, if one person in this country gets murdered by ICE, I will hold every single one of you fucks accountable on the internet and in real life. If I see you out in public, I will be in your fucking face at the risk of my own safety. I don't care anymore. You guys have pushed me over the fucking edge on this one. My mother was an orphan as a result of the Nazis in World War II. I refused to let her die in Nazi America. Okay? My dad served in 2 wars and fought for freedom in other countries. Thank God, I hate to say this, but thank God he's dead and not able to see the country that he fought for 22 years turn into this.
Yep.
Like, he's rolling in his grave right now. So I have blood in this, man. I am not giving up, and I am going full on aggressive with this. Like, I am not holding back anymore. That's why we talk the way we do on our show, because we're done. We're done being nice. We were trying to be nice a little bit before the election. Well, I don't know. It's debatable. But since then, like, we're done talking. We're done talking to you. We're done warning you. We're done trying to convince you. Okay? You have a choice to make now, MAGA. Your president's in the Epstein files. The man you elected lied to you. He is in the Epstein files. All over them is the only reason. If you're being called a pedophile by the entire world, then all you had to do to clear your name was release the files. Just like when E. Jean Carroll, when he refused to give a DNA sample to clear his name. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder. Yeah.
So all you got to do is release the files and you're clear, unless you're all over them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of MAGA being like, oh, this is your choice. This is your choice right now. If you want to support the party of protecting predators, the party of predators, okay? I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of the hypocrisy. But again, MAGA, they're professional goalpost movers, so they'll find a way to justify this.
Not if we
whatever.
keep hammering it. We have to. But for
No,
everyone
we do.
listening and watching, that is the correct response. We need to stop serving these ICE people in our hotels and our restaurants. Stop taking their money from fucking grocery stores. These people should be isolated and shunned from society.
Treat
and everyone
them.
else here in the chat is the enemy, right?
Yeah.
And everyone else in this chat is saying how, you know, the politicians, the Democrats are in on it too, and they're funded by AIPAC. You're 100% correct. And that is why no one is here to save us. We keep us safe. And that's going to take all of us to be organized and vote and fight accordingly.
No, I agree. And like I said, we never promote violence on this show. But at the same time, be smart. Have the ability to defend yourself is all I'm going to say. Don't be stupid. Yep. Okay. We got high-end officials, the guy in charge of the deportations in this country, Tom Homan, throwing a Nazi salute. Donald Trump doing it on the White House lawn on the Independence Day. This is what we're dealing with. So let's start calling it out. And it's not a joke. And you don't treat Nazis kindly. You treat these people. You know what? I said it before and I'll say it again. Time to treat MAGA and ICE and the military at this point if they want to participate too. We need to start treating them how they treat immigrants in this country, because they are the minority in this country. I don't know if they don't realize that, but Donald Trump has lost a lot of support since the election. So he does not still have 70 some odd million people rooting for him. Okay. It's just a fact. And now with the Epstein files, he's going to have even more people stepping away from it. So they are the minority now, MAGA. If you see him out with an alligator Alcatraz shirt, shame them.
Yep.
Shame them. Generational shame. Shame their kids for their father's actions or their parents' actions. Treat them exactly how they treat immigrants in this country. You know what I mean? They deserve it. They deserve it. Okay. It's the times for being nice is over. Okay. Now's the time to fight back.
We keep us safe. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Them's the rules. Right. I don't make them.
Oh, shit. We're over an hour. Thanks, guys, for watching. That's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun shit. I'm not going to be on air tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to be remodeling my studio. But Thursday, I will be in New York City with Mike again. I'm going to be hanging out with him, crashing at his place. But there's the Good Trouble Lives On event is going to be in New York City from 5:30 to 7:30. We will be live streaming it. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know if I'm going to make a link for it. I just want to I'll just keep reminding you guys that it's going to be at 5:30. Possibly before then. I might even start streaming before that. So also, if you guys want to follow us on social media, go to the link tree in the description of this video or on our channel page. And if you guys want to follow us on TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, all that stuff. And if you want to donate, we do have a GoFundMe set up for that as well. So these we're not Soros funded, unfortunately. So these trips do get quite expensive.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm also hearing
the timeline to get in on that.
Right. Also, I just heard today that there's going to be another massive event in DC on the 26th, I think. And if I can raise enough money, I will go to that as well. So there's going to be a lot going on this month. A lot of IRL streaming on location, all for you guys. So if you can't go to a protest, you can always join us in the comments. We love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you all.
And I will keep you posted on this week's schedule coming up. So yeah, have a good night.